Today's challenge is getting rid of all that crap where the old air conditioner was, because I've got a new one put in there which is much better for the rest of the house, because then it does the hallway and the kitchen. And I've got new fans put in. Well, yeah, and they're voice controlled, so that's good. But anyway, this is what I'm trying to get rid of today. So I've got to patch that hole, I've got to get rid of the rest of the wallpaper. And yeah, this is all the crap that I need to do it. That is seriously giving me some bad flashbacks to just over 2 years ago, when all of this paper, you know, wallpaper, had to come off. And it was such a pain in the ass. So yeah, there's wallpaper everywhere. And it was that colour. It was freaking hideous. And I think I might have lucked out a bit with this stuff, because I think it just wants to peel, which the other side did. So I can get the worst of it off just by peeling it back, which is good, because the rest of it didn't do that. You know, still paper behind it. So there's a couple of different ways to tackle that. This is going to be so easy compared to the last freaking debacle that was getting wallpaper off a, would have gone on 1970, but the original stuff would have been 1950. So what, 50 something years wallpaper, and then 70, well, the other way around. So anyway, this is all the crap that I need to do it. That's getting a bit ahead of ourselves, so is that. Yeah, so that's a steamer, so that'll steam the rest of that paper off. And I won't use that one, because that one's the one to actually put the final coat on. Then there's the patch. So I'll stick that over the hole when it's all ready to go. Then you put the final stuff over the top, and you wait for that to dry. I'll sand it back with this stuff first, which is just mesh for the sander. But the final sand will be, I've got a bigger one of these, so I'll probably grab that out. And then you do that a fair few times. Get your level out, make sure that it's all totally level, you're not getting about a set. You're always going to know it's there. It's a pain in the ass. But yeah, so I finally got around to painting those, and you can just see where the light was. There's a bit of a halo around it. And the same with this one as well. And I had to do a fair bit of patching, because a fair bit of the paint had flaked off. But you can't really tell. I mean, it certainly looks a million times better than the big brown circles that were there before. So that's tidied all this place up. They're not quite up, because they're going to put a second coat on. What are you doing? You're turning off. You turned off. New aircon, God, that works well. It's so much quieter than the old one. That thing sounded like a diesel at night, and a chugga on the head, because it kept on trying to swivel. But it was broken, you could never turn it off. So this one just sounds so silent compared to what that one was. Anyway, enough babbling, and let's get stuck in. These things are pretty simple. You just fill up with water if you can. What are you doing? What's wrong with this bitch? It's got a valve in it. Bit of a trap for young players. I can't remember that valve being there. Yeah, fill it up. Then you turn it on and wait for it to go shh. Because that's such a small area, I might put the little head on, because I remember that actually just concentrates it. And yeah, does a better job. So I'll get that big one off, and I'll swap that around and put the smaller one back on. Yeah, I reckon it'll be starting to get angry. So that's steaming away now. Yeah, it'll cover the camera. Yeah, it'll steam. So it's just about ready to go. And you get the idea. You put it over the old paper. Get a plastic scraper. You don't want a metal one. You don't want to be digging into the plaster. And then you start going. I might set this up on a... let's start doing this. Hang on. Yep, 1 sec. Awkward. So it should take all this off. Is it steaming up yet? No. It's a kink here somewhere. No. Alright, we have a problem. One sec. Nope. Not working. Because it's blowing all the steam outside. So this thing must have got a split or something like that, because all the steam's escaping. And there's barely anything coming out of that, and that's not going to do anything. So I'm going to try plan B. Bad flashbacks. Bad flashbacks. So that's that grey stuff there. That's the original paint on the walls, and all this stuff is the wallpaper. So this all needs to come up. So with the steamer broken, with the steamer it wasn't too bad. With that steamer broken, what I'm having to resort to is spraying it down, and this is just vinegar and water, and letting that soak in. It's actually left over from the handbag from Christmas. Yeah, had two really nice hams over Christmas, just Woolies ones. They were good. So you then scrape this off, and that glue is a huge, oh sorry you couldn't see it, that glue is a huge pain in the ass. And I'm thinking I might kill a couple of birds with one stone, and I might go and get a steam cleaner, because then I can do the oven as well. Not the oven, the stove, because I'm going to be here all day doing this, and you can't sand it because it clogs it all up, it clogs the sandpaper up. So yeah, I might just go for a trip and get one of those things, save a bit of time. When in doubt, Bunnings. So I just went down and grabbed a handheld Karcher one. Didn't want to get a cheapy one. I know the head on this, but yeah, it's all steamed up. Let's see how this goes on there. Because I wanted to use this one on the stovetop as well and around the place. So I did have one. They were really, really good, but I don't know what happened to it. It was a really cheap one too. But anyway, let's see how we go. Can't do it one-handed, but I'll tell you what, I'm loving the results from just 60 seconds of using it. It's actually working out quite well. I might set up on the tripod and put a time lapse on. This is just falling off now. It's much better than the other one that it was. Mind you, it was a lot more powerful. Yeah, liking this. Alright, let's have a time lapse. Is that, yeah, anyway, get all this stuff off. That's fantastic. Oh, that's done. Didn't the time lapse the last bit because it was pretty freaking boring. Got to take those two plastic screws out. Got to let the whole thing dry. Aircon's on. Anyway, yeah, literally watching paint dry. Well, paper dry. And I can sand it. I can start filling it in and do other activities.